Hi, and welcome to this week's Tentative tutorial. My name is Sylvester A. Hansen, and I will be your narrator slash artist for this third part in my character design series. What you see before you are the character designs that I have chosen. This is actually a bit of a of an interesting episode, in that I am going to be adding another part to the aforementioned character design series. I thought that I'd be able to design everything in three parts, and as you will see here, I was mistaken. So what I'm starting out with is simply the design of the head, the face of my character. I decided to go with the Asian-inspired character from the first episode. Um, she might be Native American, it's unclear, but I decided to go with her because I felt like she had the strongest design in terms of facial features, and also she was a little bit more, I would say, pretty. Approachable is another word for that, but definitely pretty. So what you see here is me trying to define the side view and the front view of the character. The side view is always a struggle in that you have to define the features from the front, and then you have to sort of flip it and take them from the side. And it's always difficult, and it's always a struggle. And as you'll see here, it becomes a struggle throughout this episode. That's one of the reasons why this actually became such a difficult character to design. And the reasons why I'm stretching it out so much is that I wanted to do the costume justice and dedicate an entire episode to that. So what you see here is just me actually here flipping the face over to add some symmetry. Also because I thought that one side of the head was actually a little bit more well done than the other. A lot of what I do, as you can see here, is me actually trying to translate features across the face. So you'll see me drawing in a line and then trying to sort of translate that. A lot of it is actually also goes the other way around. So I'll usually translate from the front view to the side view, but what you can see here is me just sort of whittling down the look in the side view, and then I'll translate that across to the front view. So as you've probably noticed in my videos, a lot of what I do is less about constructing and more about whittling down. So I'll usually just start with sort of an amorphous blob of something that could be, in this case, a head, and then I'll sort of whittle my style down. I'll whittle my drawing down until I have something with which I'm happy. So what you see here is actually a good example of that. I drew the hair from the side view in a style that I liked, and then I copied that over in the front view and tried to sort of mimic what I had done in the side view to sort of give some coherence to my drawing. So what you see now is me coloring the drawing. I actually don't usually start the way that I did here, by defining the black and white and then going into color. But I felt like I needed the values of my drawing to be strong before I started in on the coloring. So what you see me here is really me just doing one color in general and then sort of color blocking in the rest of the face. One thing that you'll also see, as I'm doing right now, is just defining the hair, defining the look, adding a few more raw colors in there. I find often if you color after doing black and white, you'll often end in a place where your drawing becomes a little bit flat. So what I usually do is I actually add in some hard values to that that I don't get from just the colorization feature in Photoshop. A lot of what I did here was add some texture to the hair. I felt like the hair was a little bit flat and not quite so alive, so I added a few more details and tried to make those details sort of stand out, and you'll see me doing that in the side view as well. What you see here is also me adding a little bit more of depth to the drawing, very much in terms of red. What I wanted here was a somewhat pale character. She's, if not Asian, then at least Caucasian Asian, something in that vein. So I felt like this character would serve well with a very pale complexion. So I added a lot of reds to her face to sort of offset the paleness of her. What you see here is me just adding a little bit of a finishing touch and just giving it a little bit of a frame so that the character is distinguished from the light gray background. So this was the character that I decided to work with for this Tenet tutorial. for this part of the character design series, and in the next episode I will be working with the costume. You've already had a bit of a taste of what that might look like, but I'm going to whittle that down and make that even nicer. So I will see you next time.